Yeah, it was a great weekend for Princeton. Really proud of the effort in both games and the output in both games and the results of both games. I thought Friday we played one of our best games to date, and then today I think once you get that first game out of the way, I think some of the pressure and anxiety of the tournament goes away a little bit. And I think today we settled in very quickly, and we were excited to be out there. And we needed to make some adjustments early on. I thought we kind of had our press a little bit wrong in that first quarter, and then we adjusted pretty quickly. And I thought that we were able to put a lot of pressure and close up the middle a little bit, which is where they were hurting us down the middle. And we're fortunate to get a corner there and two corners back to back and get that early goal and hold on to that, and then Hannah's second goal obviously sealed it in the second half. But, great defensive effort all up, I think, from our forwards all the way to our backs. Probably the best defensive effort I've seen from our team. Our back seven, our back three especially, the best I've seen them play all season so far.
Any questions for Christine Matthews?
Ricky, can you talk a little bit how different this game was compared to the game that you played against them earlier in the year?
I definitely think that this game, this year, we just kind of stepped out with this attitude like this is the last game that we're going to play together that we know of, and nothing's guaranteed. And I think we stepped out on that field talking about we're going to take this field together, we're going to do this together, we're going to do this for our friends, for our best friends, for the people we call our family. And I think that we definitely stepped out with this attitude like we had nothing to lose because we didn't have anything to lose. And I think that when we have that mindset, we train all different types of situations, and we knew we were prepared. So we stepped out with the attitude as if we didn't want to leave anything to chance. And I think that sometimes postseason that comes a little bit more naturally than it does in the regular season. So I definitely think that helped us and it aided to us. And I think that that's one of the big things that set that apart.
When you guys were down two players at the end, was that a little nerve-wracking? Or were you guys pretty confident?
Actually, so we
Oh,
oh.
oh yeah.
Oh, okay. So again, we train situations like that. We train players down with cards, smaller fields, bigger fields. So we're used to playing with less players, and we pride ourselves on being able to adapt to the game throughout that. And also, I mean, we saw them pull the goalie, we got the card, and we all kind of came together. We said, hey, nothing changes. We just kept repeating, nothing's changing, we've got this, we're together. And I think that really helped, just knowing that the person to your right, the person behind you, the person in front of you, we're all together, and we recognized the situation. We didn't take it lightly, but we were prepared, and we knew we were prepared. So,
Thanks. You can talk about it too if you want.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a stark difference from where we've come earlier in the season when, teams have pulled a goalkeeper against us and we're like, oh my God, we're a player down. We have our backs against the wall and we actually kind of cave. And I think that through going through those experiences this season and, against top teams where they've done that and we've kind of been on the wrong side of it, like actually we've grown so much and learned so much about that situation as a team. And it was kind of arguably meant to be today that they pulled their goalkeeper and we managed to just seal it out like the way we should have done earlier in the season. So it's great to see that the team and the girls have really grown from those experiences.
So that happened to you earlier this year?
Yeah, a couple of times. Yeah, we had it a couple of times. Yeah, we were on the wrong side of the result, let's put it that way. All these games that we lost this season have been very, very tight. So that's why I think that, having that experience and knowing what it now takes to shut them out, even when they pull a goalkeeper, like that's going to serve us great in the next round.
Is it all clicking right at the moment now? To beat Syracuse pretty good.
Yeah, I think we are coming into our own. I think I don't know why, but I think in general, Princeton has a great tradition in the tournament of playing very well. You could analyze that many different ways. We don't have a conference tournament, so when we come into this weekend, we are very fresh. We don't come off playing, back-to-back games, or, ACC and Big Ten teams might play 3 and 4 games. It might help us. I'm not sure, but I also think it's the mentality. These guys love postseason, and we play a hard regular season schedule. So yes, up and down in the beginning a little bit, but I think it helped playing UConn the first time around. When we knew we were playing them again, we're excited. I think it's hard to beat a team twice. To be in UConn's shoes, you're looking at it, and we're similar situation last year. We played Harvard in this game, and we lost to them, and I think they're up for the challenge. And I think when you're a little bit familiar with the team, I think it's helpful the second time. And it was very, very small margins in that first game, and I think we felt confident that we could come out and win this game.
The games they talking about when
Yeah.
when the other team pulled the goalie.
Yeah.
Which games were those?
It was our opening game against UNC. We were up 4-1, and we lost the game in 6 minutes. So they pulled the goalie and scored. They scored to win that game 5-4, I believe. And then we were up against Maryland, I believe by 2 goals in the end. It might have been 1, and they pulled the goalie, came back, we won in overtime. And so this one here, Grace had she was really emotional about that, and because it probably happened 5 games apart or something, and it's a learning experience. We do situational things in practice. We pull the goalie, the team's down a player, this, that. But there's, we're a young team early in the season as well, and there's part of game management to these situations. And that UNC game, they won the game. They scored those goals in probably 6 minutes. And if I counted how long we held possession in that 6-minute period, we probably had the ball for 30 seconds completely for that 6 minutes. So it's simple things like that. And when you look at this game, we may not have attacked in that latter part when they pulled the goalie, but we had the ball majority of the time, and you can't lose the game if you have the ball. So we talk about simple things like that, and most times when teams pull the goalie, they don't really change much tactically. It's very mental. Like you look and they still have 4 people behind the ball, and I looked up in UConn today, still had 5 people behind the ball. They're up 2 players. It doesn't really, you're not adding anything into the attack. So there's nothing really to change. Just get the ball back, possess the ball, drain some of the clock out, and if you get an attacking opportunity in your front end, go for it. If you don't, mitigate risk and don't take many chances.
So it's a good thing those teams happened.
Yeah, and yes, and we had our last game of the regular season, Penn pulled the goalie, when we were up 1-0, and we ended up scoring and put the game away 2-0. But yeah, I mean, there's an element of panic. All of a sudden, the game changes, and you look up, and do you go for broke? Do you go for get another goal, or what do you do? And do you drop everyone back and defend with a full house? It's good we had those experiences early on, and they may not have been lessons they wanted to learn, but we learned them, and and we've been better for them.